was in this Pimp C tape?
All I can tell you, there was a famous R&B chick, and it was a guy that was getting money at the time. And, you know, Pimp, he used to be in the studio. And every now and then he'd have a camcorder, so he was able to get some footage. And he wanted to do something with the footage, but I don't know why he didn't do nothing with it, but if I could have got a hold of that tape, I'd be a billionaire, man. Hey, whoever it was, they had to kill me, man. I know TMZ would have paid a bank for that one, man. But yeah, it is a tape, and if you read the comments, a lot of people figured out. Okay. A lot of people figured out because, you know, people that was in Houston at the time, they know who was a little loose.
Folks who were in Houston back when whispers about a so-called Pimp C tape were circulating already know who people were hinting at. And you already know who the talk was centered on. Cue the drumroll. None other than Beyonce. And that's not even where it stops. With those so-called Jeffrey Epstein files resurfacing online, her name has reportedly been mentioned more than once. And with millions of files still unreleased, some claim they contain information about individuals who died unexpectedly, including, allegedly, Pimp C.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough? You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston?
And from what I've been told, Beyonce's reportedly bold and controversial past is also expected to be heavily exposed.
She's a brilliant musician, and she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls.
Basically, what many people have been saying is that there's no way Beyonce and Jay-Z could have been close associates with so many controversial industry figures, maintained business relationships, attended private events, and shared extensive professional ties, without either being involved or at least having some awareness of the alleged illegal activities that individuals like Diddy have been accused of. Because of that, some believe it wouldn't be shocking if both Jay-Z and Beyonce were ever asked to testify. When it comes to Beyonce specifically, there has been widespread speculation suggesting she may have allegedly known about what some describe as a broader transfer or trafficking-style network. People point to everything from the timing of when she first became involved with Jay-Z, such as how old she was then, to claims about intimate situations she may have allegedly taken part in, often compared to so-called freak-off scenarios. And this is where Pimp C and the rumored tape people talk about supposedly enter the conversation. For some background, years ago, Pimp C was first signed to Jive Records in 1992 as one half of UGK, alongside Bun B. The duo released their major label debut album Too Hard to Swallow. They later gained national exposure in 2000 after appearing on Jay-Z's hit single Big Pimpin', which peaked at number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100 and reached number 1 on the Rhythmic Top 40. After that, the group went on hiatus during the early 2000s while both members pursued solo work. Tragically, in December 2007, on Jay-Z's birthday, Pimp C was found deceased in his hotel room. The coroner's report later stated that his death was caused by complications related to heavy lean consumption combined with his pre-existing sleep apnea. At the time, he had been staying at the Mondrian Hotel, where he was working on new music and performing with Too Short. On the morning of December 4, 2007, Pimp C was scheduled to fly home, where his wife and cousin were waiting to pick him up at the airport. When no one could reach him that morning, his wife contacted the hotel and asked staff to check on him. According to reports, hotel personnel found Pimp C unresponsive in his room, and paramedics pronounced him dead shortly afterward. This is where some people say things start to feel unsettling. According to DJ Paul of 3-6 Mafia, Pimp C's manager described finding his body positioned as if he were kneeling in prayer, with visible blood, leading some to believe he may have suffered head trauma. DJ Paul also claimed that the candles in the room, something Pimp reportedly always lit before sleeping, were completely burned down, suggesting he may have been deceased for at least a full day. Even Too Short later expressed doubts about the official story, telling Hip Hop DX that, even years later, he still struggled to accept the circumstances surrounding Pimp C's death. He pointed out what he viewed as a pattern of celebrities being found alone in hotel rooms under questionable conditions. In a separate interview with Vlad TV, Too Short stated that, in his opinion, the situation simply didn't add up.
But then, it's like, I heard somebody has clothes on or something. I don't know. Like, I don't really know if all this is true, but I just heard parts like, I'm like, what happened to my guy?
Right.
And then they come out with the official. It was a mixture of some stuff, a prescription and something else or something that I don't really know. But with me, I never really heard something that would give that closure for me.
Mm-hmm.
I never really heard anything tangible or true, like what happened to my guy.
Now let's get into the Pimp C and Beyonce angle, because honestly, this storyline runs deep. A lot has already been said about what may have really happened to Pimp, including claims that someone with serious influence wanted him out of the way. But even before all of that, there's one important thing to note. Pimp C never had love for Jay-Z. And we know this because on an episode of The Art of Dialogue, music executive Greg Taylor shared a story about an uncomfortable phone exchange involving Jay-Z and Pimp C. According to him, shortly after the agreement was finalized for Jay-Z and UGK to collaborate on Big Pimpin', Jay-Z placed a call to Pimp. During that conversation, which was reportedly on speaker, Jay-Z broke the news, and Pimp C allegedly responded by openly dissing him.
He set it up a meeting to go meet with Dame Dash. So we go after I leave Jive, I go to Rock to the Rock. As soon as I sit down there, Dame Dash opened up his checkbook, cut a check for $1 million. I'm like, whoa. I was like, is this for sure? He was like, no. He said, we want to with UGK. I was like, what? He's like, we want to with your boys.
That's right.
So I immediately picked up the phone and called Pimp C. Because all I was trying to get was 100,000. When Dame cut that $1 million, I called Pimp on the phone like, yo, Pimp. And him and Jamal was in the house. And I could hear a tussle or some type of confrontation, right? And I'm like, calm down, bro. Y'all calm down, Pimp.
I ran up the cable bill.
They was fighting. Okay, they was fighting like hard. And I'm like, Pimp, stop whatever you doing right now. I told you what was going down with Jamal when you moved him up in there. I said, but right now, I got $1 million check for you. And all we wanted was 100,000. I was just like, who is that with? I said, with Rockefeller. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. He was like, I'm watching Dan with the checkbook, he writing it out. He was like, ain't that with, over there with Jay-Z? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, tell him to take that check and go give it to Tupac Mama, man.
Baby, it's worth pointing out that Pimp C reportedly turned down a $1 million offer from Jay-Z's label because he believed they were trying to shortchange him. He even allegedly said the money should have been given to Tupac Shakur's mother instead. Interesting, right? It makes you wonder, what was really going on between Jay-Z and Tupac, and why would Pimp even bring Tupac's mom into it? The thing is, Pimp C was known for being outspoken about what he believed he knew. And he wasn't the type to play along with industry politics. He called people out openly and didn't care who was involved. Diddy, Jay, no one was off limits. And let's be real, in the music business, especially for powerful figures like Jay-Z and Diddy, loud truth tellers aren't exactly welcomed. Now add to that the allegation that Pimp C allegedly had a past encounter with Beyonce, and that a tape may have existed. Some people say if that isn't the kind of situation that could put someone in danger, then what is? As for the supposed connection with Beyonce, there's a story Bun B once shared about a moment in the studio. According to him, there was a time when he, Beyonce, and Pimp C were all present. During that session, Jay-Z allegedly called the studio to ask who was there. When he was told Beyonce was wearing a revealing outfit, he reportedly insisted that all the men, especially Pimp C, leave the room.
He's like, wait a minute, how many dudes are there? And so she's like, oh, it's about 9 or 10 guys, I guess, over there. Where are they now? They're in here, they're in the soundstage, they're kind of watching, watching her film. What is she wearing? They describe the outfit, and he's like, yo, clear the room.
Wow.
So they immediately come over to us, and they kick all of us out, send us up to our dressing rooms.
Wow.
And we're told to stay there.
Wow.
Until we have to shoot.
Okay.
We're not allowed to watch Beyonce dance anymore in the video.
In fact, when Bun B was discussing his experiences around Beyonce, he also mentioned an instance where Beyonce's father allegedly warned Pimp C not to get involved with her.
Matthew Knowles comes in and he asks Pimp, can I talk to you for a minute? And so they leave out for a couple of minutes and Pimp comes in and he's dying laughing. And we're like, what's wrong? He's like, yo, Matthew Knowles just told me don't f his daughter, man. Please don't f my daughter.
So basically, what people are saying is that this could be just one of several things from Beyonce's past that might resurface if she were ever called to testify. And we also know her name has come up multiple times in conversations connected to the broader Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein situation. There have been claims that Cassie initially named both Jay-Z and Beyonce in her original lawsuit. According to reports, that lawsuit was first around 60 pages long before being reduced to about 35 pages. And allegedly, many of the pages that were removed contained detailed references to Jay-Z and Beyonce. It has been claimed that the lawsuit originally suggested Jay-Z and Beyonce witnessed an incident where Diddy allegedly struck Cassie and shoved her to the ground during one of his parties. Supposedly, after Beyonce saw this happen, Cassie ran upstairs and locked herself inside a bedroom. Diddy's security then reportedly searched for her, and Cassie allegedly spent 30 minutes or more trying to pull herself together. According to the account, when Cassie eventually made her way back toward the party, Beyonce and Jessica Alba were waiting in the foyer to check on her. Cassie reportedly stated that Beyonce appeared visibly shaken and upset. As Diddy and Jay-Z approached, Beyonce allegedly lost her temper and yelled at Diddy, telling him his behavior was offensive and completely unacceptable. It's further claimed that Diddy then dropped to his knees and apologized to Cassie, Beyonce, and Jessica Alba. Beyonce was also reportedly extremely angry with Jay-Z, questioning why he was consoling Diddy instead of holding him accountable. Allegedly, she even told Jay-Z that she was beginning to lose respect for him. After that incident, sources claim that Beyonce, Cassie, Jessica Alba, and roughly 20 to 25 other people left the party, either after witnessing the incident firsthand or hearing about it. The same source reportedly said Cassie chose to leave with Jessica Alba and her group, believing that if she left with Beyonce, Diddy might track her down due to his connections with Jay-Z. And let's not forget the past claims made by Jaguar Wright, who alleged that Jay-Z and Beyonce were a dangerous couple who held people against their will and transported them across borders while unconscious, claims that have circulated online but remain allegations.
Potentially, do you think there could be?
Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. And everyone knows it. The wiretapping of the phones, putting AirTag on children during visits. These are normal practices that these people do.
I mean, isn't this essentially the same kind of behavior that Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein have been accused of? On top of that, there have also been claims suggesting that Beyonce may have allegedly taken part in so-called freak-offs.so, like I've been saying. There's a whole lot to break down here. But the bigger question is this. Could Jay-Z have had any involvement in Pimp C's death? There's no solid evidence, of course, but the rumors have never really gone away. And could all of this come back to the surface because of Diddy's current situation? Absolutely. Because once one domino tips over, the entire setup can start to crumble. I don't believe Beyonce and Jay-Z will be able to completely dodge their own past issues if they're ever called to testify. But let me know what you think. Do you believe they'll manage to avoid it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.